back to the shop. You know the drill. Hope you enjoy this next video. I've been having a dialogue with a viewer, and it gave me an idea for a video. What are the tools that you will never loan out? And I've got a few examples down here on the bench, but one of the things, as we were discussing when I had sharpened the chainsaw on that video of sharpening the chainsaw, one of the things I don't like to ever loan out is that chainsaw. It's something that's used really hard, and I want to discuss that a little bit. Why don't we loan out certain tools, and what should be our policy? We don't want to be stingy. We've been blessed with these things. We want to be able to share them, but we also want to be good stewards. So let's come down here on the bench and let's take a look at some of these things that I just won't loan out. Here's the example of some of the things I just don't like to loan out. Of course, I don't have the chainsaw up here, but here are a few of the other things that I think can be worked hard and can be abused easily, and one of them is my knife. I always have a pocket knife with me, always carrying one, and there are a lot of times somebody will ask me, hey, do you have a knife? I need to cut something. And I don't want to be rude, but yet I don't really want somebody else using the knife. It's easily dropped or abused or cut into something it shouldn't, and then it will be dull. And so I usually volunteer to cut it for them, and that way I can keep my knives in good shape. Not only that, but all of these tools are extremely sharp. As I was setting up for this shot, I even sliced my finger open on that chisel right there. And so not only do I want to keep them in good working order and to keep them sharp, I don't want somebody else hurting themselves with them. This here is my Norlin axe. I have 4 of these, and there is one of them that if somebody's with me and they want to use it, I'll let them try it out. And it's also a really good opportunity for some instruction, especially for a young person. Let them know that this bit should never be sunk into the dirt, that this head should never be struck with metal, and it should never strike metal or stone. That this should only be, and just how to use and properly use these tools. These things here, these chisels, are very good quality. They will last and work well, but you also need to be very careful not to put them into a nail or anything like that. The wood you're using should be pretty much nail free, but you just never know, and so you've got to be very careful with these things. So you don't want to be stingy, you want to be generous, but you also want to be a good steward of what it is that you have. And so these are just a few things that I thought I'd share with you about things that you just don't loan out. So what's my overall philosophy, and why do I suggest that we don't loan out certain tools? Besides the obvious that they can be damaged or somebody can hurt themselves with them, there is another aspect to it, and I'm hoping I can articulate this clearly. And that is that if somebody says, can I borrow this tool, or can I see that? And you say no, they say, well, I know how to take care of it. Well, if that were true, if you really knew how to take care of this axe, it would be of such great value that you would have one of your own. Because if you don't have one of your own, it's not worth it to you to go to the expense of seeking one, hunting one down, and getting it, paying for it, and then putting it into good working order. So if you don't have one and you claim to know how to take care of it, you really don't know how to take care of it unless you have one of your own. And if you have one of your own, you don't need mine. I think another good example of this is a motorcycle or a sports car. When I was 21, I got my motorcycle license and I kept it up. But it wasn't until about 2 years ago that I bought another motorcycle, and there was a little bit of a learning curve, just being able to get used to the function of the bike. I also had a friend who invited me to drive his Porsche, and he says, do you know how to drive a stick? I said, yes, I do. And so he invited me to drive it, and there is a little bit of a learning curve. Those high-end cars, those clutches are quick, and the stick shift, the The motion in the gearbox is very tight. All those gears are tight, and so there's a little bit of a learning curve. So I don't know if I could say that I really know how to drive a sports car like a Ferrari or a Porsche. Unless I have one of my own, I really don't know how to take care of yours. And so I know that's kind of harsh. I hope you'll understand the spirit in which I say that. But if somebody says, I know how to take care of it, if you knew how to take care of it, you would understand its value and its use, and you'd have one of your own. And if you had one of your own, you wouldn't need mine. But because you need mine, you don't have one of your own, and therefore you really don't know how to take care of it the way you should. I hope that makes sense. Hope to see you on the next video. Give me a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Have a great day. God bless. By the way, a shout out to Unwired. He's the one I had this dialogue with and gave me the idea for the video. Thanks so much. Have a great day.